Hey there, everyone. I hope you're rocking today. I love geographic information systems, though it is a relatively new endeavor for me. Well, that's if you consider 4 years new, which it's not really new. I get asked by people about employment using their GIS training all the time in LinkedIn. Seems that even after going through school, many people are unable to find jobs with GIS. Now, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I wish I knew before I started GIS that I think might help you with your GIS job prospects. Now, before I get going, if you have any questions, any concerns, or anything that you want me to talk about, just leave them down below. Let's get rocking. Hi there, I'm Dr. Chris, a professional geoscience. I also gave myself the title Spatial Geoscience because I love GIS. Now, let's roll the clock back a few years. If you were like me when you started your GIS training, you saw tons of GIS prospects online. And for me, being out of work at the time, even digitizing lines looked appealing. I also fully expected at the end of my training to be sitting in an office somewhere making boundaries for old man McGucket's property. Little did I know there was a huge world of GIS possibilities. That being said, even doing a quick online search right now comes up with some not so interesting jobs. Like this one. It's a little interesting, but not so interesting. Create high quality map production and spatial analysis and data management. You get to make maps and do GIS stuff, and it's not permanent, it's temporary. Here's another one. Provide GIS solutions by designing geospatial processes, developing and executing GIS analysis and reporting, providing cartographic products, providing research and solutions identification and writing support reports and documents. A little bit of a word salad. Sounds like they were trying to throw everything GIS-y into the job advertisement. And the posting is from 2 years ago. Here's another one. Digitizing surveys, preparing a variety of cartographic products, including field maps and data for any of our in-house disciplines. Converting data to and from GPS. What? You'll be doing GIS-y things. You know what is completely missing from these basic ads? Programming requirements. Okay, here we go. Online apps or Python. That's not so bad. Now, before I started my GIS training, I would have thought these sounded super interesting, or at least sort of interesting. Now, that's not to say they aren't interesting, but they are simply asking you to do entry-level GIS stuff. And some of the tasks can probably be automated with Python. This is because the world is changing fast, and the world is only going to change faster in the future. Now, while I am fairly secure in my GIS prospects, there are 5 things that I wish I knew before I started GIS training. Number 1, I wish I had searched a lot deeper into the possibilities that GIS holds. I have learned over the past 4 years that connections and squeezing information out of data is a huge advantage in GIS. Well, I know that digitizing property lines would be a little bit boring. There is a huge amount at stake when you're digitizing. Property values, neighbor resolutions, fencing costs, roadworks, not to mention some of the other less quantifiable stuff such as emotional value of the property lines or land claims. GIS can dig pretty deep here. Number 2, I wish I had paid a little bit more attention, actually a lot more attention, to my statistics classes through my academic career. I took 2 electives in my undergrad days, a week-long course in my grad school, and a single GIS stats course on statistics. Stats course on statistics? Being able to show, understand, and extract all the statistical analysis from your GIS data is powerful. There is an old saying that says there are lies, damned lies, and statistics. Now, I think this is actually showing a disconnect between the understanding of the statistics, the collecting of the statistics, and the analysis of the statistics. A single variable does not a good analysis make. I wish I understood statistics way better. Number 3, I wish I knew how powerful Python is within the Esri environment. And probably QGIS as well, but I don't use QGIS yet. Even though I already knew how to program extremely well in MATLAB, don't use MATLAB, I waited months to start learning Python during my GIS training. Of course, we have to be grounded in theory to a certain extent, but programming is essential for a GIS future. If you are starting out, even making small, repeatable programs is essential to undertake. Number 4. GIS is ridiculously creative. When I started, I just thought it was going to be a job, but it ended up being a heck of a lot more. I get to create cool code, I get to create cool maps, I get to create cool online apps. If you're a creative, all you have to do is say, hey, I can make this really cool tool for you that does all this great stuff. Or I've got this great GIS connection to try out, and I think we can make a huge impact with this. Heck, you could even say, I can make a really cool looking map. Boom. Creativity. GIS has it. Number 5. I wish I had found GIS sooner. I was an academic for years and I had never even thought about making a single map. With all the seismic data I've looked at and even writing my PhD thesis, I wasn't even aware what GIS was. The connection power of GIS alone could have helped me understand better my previous research in a variety of ways. Signal strength and ground conditions, vibe truck efficiency and ground conditions, project timing and canopy cover, slope analysis and hazard assessment. The world of GIS is huge. I'm glad I know it now so I can make better connections and make a bigger impact. And those were my thoughts on what you need to consider before starting GIS training. With a little bit of thinking ahead of time, you can have a career that you desire. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, add me to your LinkedIn, or even better, share my videos through your networks. Till next time, I'm Dr. Chris. Keep rocking.